Hello everyone, it's Charlton. I would like to review a few more things about the Las Vegas shooting. Nothing, no specific purpose to this video other than to review a few things. Some of which I've already gone over, a couple others are new to me. And it's just back to the duct tape here on the breech door, all right? That I was saying, and I think it was just my previous video, I've lost track, that these were to keep the two pieces of door together, during what maybe was a fake breach on the previous floor, but maybe it wasn't the previous floor. I don't know what floor, but these pieces of duct tape, in my opinion, were intended to hold the door together so that it wouldn't look like it was cut in two pieces. And in my previous video, I said, your guess is as good as mine in terms of why they left them on there, And I still don't have a definitive reason why, but I have a possible reason why. And that would be that duct tape can be very, very strong, especially if it's, if it's left on there for any length of time. It can sometimes either leave a residue or it can even pull up a top coat of paint, or even just speckles of it and just leave a pattern that it was there, either by removing tape or leaving behind a residue. So maybe those particular pieces actually pulled up some of the top coat of that door, and because of that, they had to be put back on and just left there. Maybe that's why. That was one thing I wanted to show you, and another, this is where this all began. That little portion right there is where I have not heard an explanation for that. Let me go to this cord here. I'm sure there will be one, there always is. And like I said, in my previous videos, I see again and again, I wasn't there. I didn't devise this plan, so I don't know where I'm wrong exactly. But whoever did devise this plan, or whoever was there would know exactly where I'm wrong, because they know. And they'd know where I'm right, too. Here's this cord. This has been looked at, talked about many times. I don't think anybody ever came up with an absolute in terms of why that's there. It has absolutely no reason for being there, but I've come up with a reason why it's there. And my reason is, I've come up with a very good reason, I think. My reason is, it's meant to make this blend in. This thing, it's some kind of a strap that's tied around the handle of the door and also tucked into the door as it's closed, so that it's basically almost flush against the door, but not quite. It's just a strap tied to the handle of the door, and it's closed into the door jamb of the door. It's trapped in there, and it's meant to almost look similar to this, which could look like a cord, but it's not a cord. It's a cut. This is a cut, and this is meant to make blend that in my opinion. That's the reason that's there, in my opinion. That's the other thing I wanted to show you. That's that same thing from a different angle. The other thing I wanted to show you quickly is I noticed for some reason 32, the sign on 32, the stairwell door, for some reason it's closer to the doorway than every other sign on every other floor on the north stairs, hallway, the north hallway stairs. Every other sign that I've seen, this is from 27 down, and this is just, some people that from 2010 that happened to film themselves going down 27 flights of stairs in the north hallway. And this is from another body cam footage, But every other sign is centered. It's centered in this little portion. This is basically a section that comes out at a right degree angle, and there's probably something inside those walls, whatever. But it's inside. This is centered right in the between here and here, and every other one is too. But for some reason, the 32nd hallway sign is much closer to the doorway. I could speculate that somebody took it off of there and then put it back and didn't put it back in the center place. But I don't know that for sure. You know, I don't know if construction changed for some reason and from 32nd floor up. I mean, these buildings sometimes they halt construction at a certain level and then start back up again, or things change, or, you know, you change, whatever. I don't know. But I just want to point it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I remain to believe that this is a massive conspiracy. I really do. I mean, I don't know why it happened. My thought was that it was a heist, and they stole a crazy amount of drugs and money. What would be the last deal before the new election, before the new administration took over. I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, none of these things, they're just ideas in terms of what happened in there and why. I don't know for sure. That would be my guess, though. I mean, this is what motivates people. Money, power, you know, and drugs and money. That's would be what I think it was a drug deal where they were stealing money and drugs. I've explained in my previous video. I'm screwing this up, but I'm going to keep going. But I had this idea that, you know, that most people wouldn't go along with what, because they had to cut. The idea is that this unexplainable event that isn't terrorism but looks like terrorism, but it's not terrorism. This mass murder, this crazy gunman, that was necessary in order to make it so that they wouldn't try to solve the crime of somebody stealing drugs and money, of some major drug bust, you know, heist, drug, you know, so they don't have to solve that. But most people, you know, even, you know, who would be part of the drug heist, the drug and money heist, wouldn't be a part of the mass murder. And so I had this idea that many of them didn't know. And they didn't know going into it that it was going to be that, and it was only a few, or maybe even only one, or a few that knew that that's what they were going to do. That's how they were going to hide the heist, stealing the money and stealing the drugs, is by doing this other crazy thing, breaking open the windows and shooting down on the crowd. But only a few of them knew it. But from when they did that, all the rest of the people that were involved in the heist, they had no choice. They were already involved. And from that point on, now they were not just involved in a heist and stealing money and drugs, but they were involved in a mass murder. And they were accessories to mass murder. And that would make them extremely like this movie in the Red October, where he's explaining that he sent a letter to, you know, the main general in Russia, stating that there are intentions to defect, to basically motivate his crew to make sure that they were successful in their defection. And that would be the similar thing that you know, and the crew didn't know, and he's announcing it to them right now. Now they know, and now they're all super motivated to make sure they defect successfully. But the same concept of, you know, all the people that were involved in the drug heist, money heist, that in 135, after somebody broke open that window and started firing down on the crowd, they all had no choice, and there was no turning back, and there will be no turning themselves in. Because of the severity of the consequences, and making them all unbelievably motivated to make sure they don't get caught. And that was my thought behind that. Once again, another messy video, but it's going to stand, and that is the story there, man. That is the story there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I will see you in the next video. Later, man.